Infected versus INF3CTED Heaven. Is this BD Heaven? Is that who this is? Hold on, I'll actually talk about this once I fix the overlay. Yeah, oh man, his name's really long. Especially because he types it in all caps. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us go into the game. Oh, it's on. Okay, it's not the Korean Heaven. Okay, okay. Because if that was BD Heaven, I'd be quite excited. But anyway, in the left position as the brown Terran, we do have INF3CTED Heaven, and in the right position as the red Zerg, we have LRM Infected. So for anyone who doesn't know, BD Heaven was a Korean player who played like a million games on IC Cup Ladder and had this really weird PvZ build where he went like Zealot Reaver and somehow won a lot of games with that. I remember I cast at a tournament and it just made like no sense. But in the meantime, that's completely irrelevant because this is not him. T9, is this correct? I believe it is. So we're gonna see a TVZ on Heartbreak Ridge. Definitely fun. And ooh, looks like D-Box says BD Heaven's actually gone to the army. That's why he hasn't been playing. Ah, well, little fun fact for you guys. Now, it's a little bit interesting that LRM has decided to field Infected rather. As far as I know, he's only like a B minus-ish Zerg. But I guess we'll see how he does here against Heaven. Now Heaven, I don't really know anything about. Can anybody tell me his max rank at least? Hopefully somebody will come and save me from the chat. Did he just A-Rax? I think he just A-Rax in his base, because his barracks is gonna finish like before his depot. That's interesting. Meanwhile, we have a drone scout in front of a 12 hatch, and look at this, Infected, playing very smart. Gonna check for the common proxy location. Bakri just yelled at me to check Skype, but I don't have any new messages in Skype. That's all he's talking about. I do not know what the stash is talking about. Meanwhile, we have the second depot on 13. That feels a little bit early. I don't know what Heaven's doing with his build, but it feels a little bit weird. This is like an in-base A-Rax into like double depot. What is going on here? So Mr. Drone's gonna come in and and oh, he's gonna go for the gas deal. Lol. I don't think that's a real gas deal. I think he just like didn't want to die to the Mariners. And oh, we have an interesting turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. I now have the reason why Infected was played. It's because actually the original lineup, the original two players for this map were LRM Game and INF3CTED's Pall Mall. But apparently they played on the wrong map, so they both got disqualified. The game was a draw, and this is a regame on the correct map with Infected and Heaven. So this is actually not even the original lineup. And also both those players are actually suspended from playing next week. So Game and Pall Mall cannot play next week, and their match was nullified. Wow. Okay. Cool. So, looks like he followed that with a 1-Rax expand. Was this actually not an 8-Rax? Was I completely wrong? Like, am I just crazy? I could have sworn that was an 8-Rax because the depot, like, it finished so quickly and... Wow. Wow, Infected, you lucky boy. You lucker. In the meantime, we have Oneling chasing this SCV down. Third hatchery. And look at this, we got cries of conspiracy already. And you know what? You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be surprised. Because Paul Mall is the one that all killed LRM in the IC Cup Clan League playoffs last season. So, you know, that would actually be really funny. I gotta say, like, if he did that on purpose, you shouldn't even be mad. That's like the most, one of the, like, that's a high level troll right there, I gotta say. Props to him if that was on purpose. Because that is some high level trolling. I actually have like this big banana grin on my face right now. I'm just like thinking, man, if that was on purpose. Oh god, that is so good. You all kill my team, I get you disqualified. Boom. Oh, I'm sorry, that's actually just so good. You can you just imagine Games like chuckling to himself? It's a deep, hearty chuckle. That actually makes me really happy. So, looks like we have lurkers from Infected. 3-hatch lurker. And this SCV is somehow in the base again. And we do have a Spire. I think that's a fake Spire. Is that a fake Spire? Yes, that is a fake Spire. He is actually getting lurkers. So he'll cancel that in about 5 seconds just to make sure the lingering vision doesn't see it. Yeah, that's very nice. By the way, if you ever do that, don't cancel it immediately when it dies, because when a unit dies in Brood War, they still give you vision for like a few more seconds. So that's actually a very good move. Meanwhile, we do have a +1 4 racks from Heaven. Nothing fancy. And oh, looks like Heaven just poked out and killed the Ling that was checking out the front. Meanwhile, a Droney has moved over to the top right. Probably going to take his third over here. Do note that on HBR, taking a 4th gas for Zerg is rather tricky. Obviously, if you take the top left, you're very, very close to the Terran base, and if you take the bottom right, you're very, very far away from your own base, by ground at least. Obviously, if you go for mutas, that's a little bit less of a problem, but it's still an issue. Especially since, like, you know, the 4th base is a little bit after the time when you would still be using mutas anyway, so that's actually not as relevant now that I think about it. But looks like we have a factory, and Heaven's probably going to wait for his range to finish, and then do a little bit of a poke. As far as I know, he still thinks it's mutas. No, he's actually built 2 bunkers at the front, and he's only got 1 turret in the main, so perhaps he's actually scanned the lurkers. I'm actually not sure about this. I heard a scan go off. I don't actually know if he's if he has seen the lurkers. Looks like we had a stem. By the way, this is a very funny sunken positioning. I noticed this earlier, but I didn't say anything. But that's kind of weird. I don't really understand this positioning. I don't know why he wouldn't just make a normal line. But anyway, he's taking 3rd base now. It's almost finished. Making a few more lurkers here at the south side. And Heaven's just chilling. Has he made any more turrets? No, he hasn't. So he actually does know. Well, he seems to know it's lurker. Is this perhaps to help defend against a lurker drop? I think that's what that's for. In case there's some kind of weird drop across. Yeah, this turret positioning is definitely an anti-lurker drop turrets. These are not anti-mutalisk turrets. So Heaven definitely knows what's up. Anyway, he's actually moving out. Just gonna poke along a 3rd, and oh, look at this! Heaven actually was thinking about breaking down the back temples and going behind the natural. Now there was a depot there, so oh, I'm sorry, Infected was doing that. Heaven's the one who spotted that with a depot. Now, I don't know if he can actually attack this, because that's kind of a narrow arc. He can't actually do a nice spread against that, so it's not going to be so good. A couple of idle dudes, and oh, looks like we got 2 guys on the natural gas. Whoopsie daisies. Not morphing these into sunkens, though. That's pretty smart. And going immediately to Hive. That's quite fast. He's not getting an upgrade, though. He should be getting carapace from that evolution chamber. He does have enough money for it, and he's supply capped, which is quite unfortunate. So he does break down the temples, but it looks like, oh, look at this, bunker and turret already set up. Of course, to have lurkers in the back of your minerals would be pretty bad. So just gonna make sure that doesn't happen. Meanwhile, Evan's moved over here to the bottom right, just checking, making sure that the Zerg does not take, or has not taken this base. And some more hydralisks. I hear comp sets going down all over the place. I just like never see them. Anyway, looks like the 3 lurkers from the back have actually repositioned themselves. I think they poked in and took a little bit of damage. Yeah, looks like this guy's been damaged a little bit. Meanwhile, Heaven has a force running around the map. He's gotta be careful though. Oh man, I hope those are stop lurkers. Please make them stop. Yes, they are stop lurkers! Oh, baby! No, he's not running in the right direction. No, come back! Come back! Oh. Oh, that could have been so good. It didn't quite go the right way. I thought Infected was going to pull a savior there. That would be pretty sweet. So we got a lot of lings and lurkers. Yeah, this group is just not going to do anything. Yeah. They might roast some Zerglings though. There's 2 firebats. Oh, here we go. Stim and go. A bit of a mistake. Borrowing the back lurkers. You should borrow only the front ones and let the back ones run in. I think he just has them all on one control group, so he just like hit you and they all borrowed. It's not ideal. Looks like 6 barracks and factory and a starport. You know, the building placement here is not bad. I'm liking that. I'm digging that. I'm digging the building placement, yo. Few idle dronies, some lurker dudes. Well, that guy got freaked out a little bit. Some more drones. Looks like a amount and already getting consumed. Is that +1 or +2 carapace? Looks like that's just +1. So the upgrades are a little bit slow. The Terran is already at 1-1 and not getting +2 yet. He's getting a second factory. SCV did a barrel roll there. I don't know if you guys noticed that. And what the? How did this drone get all the way over here? And more importantly, why is it all the way over here? Look at that! Look at that badass drone! Look at him go! Oh man, what a baller drone! What a ballerific drone! Meanwhile, Infected has taken the bottom right base as his 4th. He's got 2 lurkers here to defend this choke. Possibly would want a 3rd one since it is not quite as good as just as like a narrow ramp. I think you could actually, if you're a good marine control, could like run a marine pass. And yes, I finally see a compsat. Sweet. Meanwhile, some dudes run into the top left, but there's nothing there. 129 supply against 122. Random compsat on this ledge. Just gonna see a handful of lings. Most of the lurkers are actually burrowed outside of Infected's natural. He's got a lot of lurkers actually. That is a ton of lurkers. So it looks like Infected is just gonna wait and just try and lay the hurt on this army. He's gonna unburrow. No, he's gonna just pull back a little bit. He's gonna delay as long as possible. His consume's actually finished. Where are the fires? The fires are actually out. He can actually get some swarms down. He's losing some lurkers. He's gotta go now. You gotta go. You gotta go. He's got the scourge. Just eat something. Okay. He's consuming now. He's losing a lot of stuff. Wow, he's actually just lost like 4 lurkers for no reason. But there's a swarm, and here we go. That is the end of the push. And wow, looks like he's got the adrenal glands upgrade already as well. Dem cracklings attacking pretty fast. Meanwhile, a group of units is running. Oh man, looks like we had a lurker flank attack from Infected. Very nice move. Killing a